By far, one of the worst things that people can tell you to, lean out and improve your health in the fitness industry is to eat less. And to be fair, I'm very guilty of this as well. I used to think that being at a lower body fat percentage, being leaner meant that I had to cut out a lot of calories. I had to cut out, treats as well. But I realized after eating a little bit more in a surplus this holiday season, that does not have to happen at all. Like, for example, you can still eat a lot and be in a calorie deficit, but you have to be prioritizing whole foods. Like 90% of your day's diet should be whole foods. It should be consisting of lean meats, fruits, vegetables, having good carbohydrates as well, like potatoes, and mixing that with maybe like one treat in a day, which is totally fine. Because when you eat in a whole foods diet, you're going to be under your maintenance calories or just slightly above your maintenance calories, which is fine to build muscle, which is also fine to lose fat. So if you completely get off the rails and just eat, 3 meals a day and you're eating out every day or almost every day, you are basically spending your calories on less foods, basically. Like, you want to be able to eat more, feel satiated, but also not feel guilty about your calories. And the way to do that is stop getting Chipotle, stop going to a restaurant ordering, entrees, because those tend to be at least 1,000 calories. When you could have just eaten a bowl of rice with lean ground beef, which is like 400 to 500 calories. And the thing is even today, I had a lot of food. Like for breakfast, I had a banana. For lunch, I had two sandwiches, like with sourdough bread, and it's pretty heavy. Dinner, I had brown rice with ground beef, avocado. Throughout the day, I was also having some snacks, like crackers with hummus, apples, oranges. And then for dessert, I just had it right now. It was just oatmeal with cocoa powder, banana, blueberries. And my total calorie intake for the day was 2,800 calories. And that's pretty darn good considering the fact that I also had a venti Starbucks mocha in the morning. So that is a lot of foods. That is a lot of eating that I did today. But man, I feel so good because not only was I able to curb my cravings and eat, but I didn't go completely off the rails. I didn't get to like 3,500 calories in a surplus. I just got in a slight surplus of say 300 calories. And that is enough to build muscle. That is enough to supplement my training because I've been training like consistently in the past 2 years, going at least like 3 to 4 times a week, getting to those higher rep ranges, getting to failure as well. But I realized that last year I was not prioritizing my diet. I was still eating less. Although eating like healthier foods, I was completely avoiding treats and like little chocolates and things that had a little bit of modified ingredients. But you have to realize as long as you're eating 95% clean or even 90% clean, that's fine because majority of your calorie intake for that day is going to be from whole foods and you're already going to be at a deficit. So you can afford to eat a treat. Like you just have to have that's why they say that you should have balance, and it's because people have the wrong perception of balance. They think that they can eat healthy for like, 3 to 4 times a week, and then on the weekends it can go completely off the rails, go to like restaurants Saturday and Sunday. But if you make that a habit, you're going to be getting your body used to having like a surplus of like 1,000 calories, which you don't want to be doing. You just want to get to a surplus of like 300 to 500 every day to build muscle and to not gain extra fat that you don't need. So you can still have treats, but you need to be eating whole foods to make that the main part of your calorie intake every day. So I hope this helps people that are currently trying to build muscle, currently trying to lean out as well. And your diet is a big part of your fitness routine. It's literally like what builds your body is what you're not doing, or sorry, what you are doing after the gym. So you gotta be sleeping, you gotta be recovering, but you also gotta be eating the right foods, and you gotta be disciplined in tracking your calories. The only way you're gonna know if you're in a surplus or if you're in a deficit is if you just get like Cal AI, which is like a calorie app, for example. Take photos of your food, your meals. It's gonna tell you the macros. It's gonna tell you protein, fats, carbohydrates. It's gonna tell you the calories. So you gotta be doing this. You gotta be intentional about what you're eating if you want to see progress. And this is coming from someone who has been pretty skinny fat his entire life, but in the last year, ever since I started like going to the gym more, doing more cardio, that I've already done cardio in the past few years, but supplementing that with a healthier diet and not eating out so much, I've finally been able to see my visible abs and gain more muscle. So you have to be eating whole foods and don't give up. I know like you're probably off for the holidays right now, so it's fine. Don't feel so guilty about all the food you ate because you've worked hard for it. Let yourself enjoy these moments of indulgence, but now it's time to go back on the grind. So for this year, you just gotta be focusing more on whole foods, being consistent with your fitness routine still, and eventually you're gonna lean out, you're gonna build more muscles. So don't be afraid of eating, just eat the right foods.